Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. Yay. There you are, Deborah. Okay, super awesome. I'm starting to connect to you right now. And I will say thank you, Angelina, for being patient. And I'm just sending you so much light and love. Happy New Year. Okay, so this means your reading is officially on. Deborah, I'm starting to connect to you. Hold on really quick. Oh, it's very interesting. Yay. Always been my dream. Yay. I'm here. Always been my dream. Ooh, I like this. A couple things, actually. I'm supposed to ask you about your dad, and then, oh, you're such a love. You're so kind. Oh my God, you're so kind. I absolutely love you. I'm delighted to be connected with you right now. I'm supposed to be talking about your dad. And then the other thing is a health issue. I just want to ask, have you had any kind of lower abdominal cramping at all lately? Have you had any type of, did you eat something that made you feel a little bit like, did you have a little bit too much, I don't know, pie? You're like, I'm going to have a second slice of apple pie. And then you're like, that was a bad idea. But to be honest with you, it doesn't feel so much like an indigestion from today. It actually feels like, it almost feels like either it's an injury or maybe also, I think I have PCOS. Okay, I think that's interesting. Let me double check because when I connect to your body, I just see like that abdominal cramping, the lower abdominal. I just want to double check. Oh, I see. Yeah, PCOS. Oh, that's interesting because it feels like it's connected to, actually, it feels like it to me is connected to more pain on the right side. Yeah, it feels to me like I feel like one side has a stronger like knot or just a stronger irritation than the other side, just so you understand. Yeah, I think that you've been struggling with this health issue. The other thing that I want to say is that I think that it has, one, impacted your I never realized it, but I agree. Okay. So it's also interesting to me. I think that this has sort of been like a low vibe. You know, when it's like you're walking around and you have like a thorn in the bottom of your foot and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so uncomfortable, but you get used to walking with having like a thorn in your foot. Not that you should do this. This is just an analogy, but it's like you've been carrying this pain with you for a while. And I feel like you've been walking with it for such a long time that you haven't really realized that it's impacting you. And Happy New Year, Karen. Absolutely. You're not realizing that it's actually so uncomfortable, but it does lead to fatigue. I see you as being very exhausted towards the end of the time. Yes. So, and by the way, right now I'm super focused on Deborah. If you're interested in readings, like a guaranteed reading, you just click my face up here. You would click my face again, and then click the link on my TikTok profile to get more information about either a mini tarot reading for 2024 or for mediumship readings. So appreciate you for asking, Jenny, and happy New Year to you, first timer. Yay. Okay. So Deborah, so let me just see here really quick. I also see that like sometimes some evenings, it's like I see that you're laying in bed and maybe you have like a hot pad over your stomach. Just curious about that. Because I see that the hot pad, whether you're using it or not, is actually, sorry, hold on. I'm just blocking. That's annoying. I just want to say, I think you use that to try to alleviate sometime the tension or that cramping feeling. Yeah, I do use it. Okay, super good. So I'm just confirming. Just remember, I'm not a doctor. I don't diagnose. I don't offer treatment plans. But what I do is I actually offer my opinions as a medium, and I speculate, and I use energy medicine. So do you mind if I go a little bit deeper to see what the energetics is that is connected to this physical issue? Okay, awesome. So just give me a minute. I'm just going to start to connect to your energy a little bit deeper. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, it's interesting. So what I immediately go to is I feel like there was a betrayal that happened to you. And it's interesting. I think the first betrayal happened to you in childhood. And it's interesting because here we are talking about feminine energy and masculine energy. I actually feel like this betrayal was by a male. And actually, when I start to connect to the energy of that male, I suspect maybe this is a father issue. Like maybe there was a issue with father. I did say at the start, I wanted to start by talking about dad. So here we are. I just reminded myself of that. What's up, Santa? Santa Bruce? Happy New Year. Love it. So I just want to say that betrayal is what this, to me, feels like it's connected to, the energy of betrayal. I also feel that when you were an adult, there was a really important relationship that was deeply important. Like I feel like you were really in love with somebody and that relationship ended up not working out. I feel like he sort of like either ghosted or he just walked out without actually having a conversation. So see, I've been betrayed so many times. I actually feel that you're carrying the sadness of betrayal I feel like it's in the ovarian. It's in the ovaries where you're carrying the betrayal. It's really interesting. So hold on, let me just start to talk about this a little bit more. It's interesting. It's very similar. I'm so glad. Did you see the reading that I did for user 353, the panda, right before you? There's a lot of harmony between both of you. And so I just want to remind women here who are dealing, whether you're in a relationship, single, in between, situationship, that there are ways to heal your physical body from the trauma of betrayal. And for you, Deborah, you have, let's say, trouble trusting that people are who they say they are. And that right there gets you into a place where your body will constantly have those higher raised levels of cortisol, higher stress levels, and that stress level starts to impact. It's interesting. The stress starts to impact your blood, and then that starts to impact the PCOS. It's very interesting how I see that. Okay. Yeah, I don't believe anyone anymore. Been in therapy for a while. I love the fact. Okay, hold on. Can we just celebrate something? Okay, let's just celebrate the fact that you have chosen. That's an interesting question, Blooming Amaryllis. I actually see that there's chemicals running through her blood that are throwing the balance off of her body. So it's very interesting. We're on the road to helping you understand how to be more happy. So I just want to say I'm a huge advocate that when you are dealing with health issues, whether it is brain health, whether it is mental health, okay, whether it is dealing with like any kind, cancer, whatever it is that you have with a health issue, I believe that there are possibilities to put that into remission and that you should always work with your primary physician. I do think it's helpful to work with some therapists. Some therapists are better than others. I'm not on board with actual, and I don't want to make a blanket statement because there are some people who need SSRIs, but I think if we have the opportunity to be able to understand our trauma and we have the energy and we have the space to heal those inner child wounds, we can make significant regression and healing within our own lives without having to be put onto a chemical that won't get to the root element. Okay. Yeah. So no. So that's why I actually just wanted to share that to you and to everybody who's here, because I actually feel like I think that you might have to work with a doctor, if you could, to get in about the cramping issue. I think it needs to be seen. And I think that there will be a fantastic remedy, which will be, I feel like it's a very simple remedy. I don't think it will be overly complex. Okay. It's just like you need a little bit of assistance to help the body make some of these pivots. But right now, let me get back to talking about the energetics. And the therapy is good for helping you vent out. If you can imagine like a teapot that's like, it has all of this energy here. Okay. So it's like you talking to your therapist and doing sessions every week or every couple of weeks is a way to let the pressure, the stress out of your physical body, out of your physical system. Thank you, Audrey. Happy New Year to you, love. So I just want to say that it's important for you to continue to do that. Now I'm going to go in terms of energy. Yeah, because talking things out and understanding that when you bring light to the darkness, okay, which is the heartache, the grief, the betrayal, the abandonment, we could even say rejection. When we take our awareness and when we go in, our awareness is almost like holding a flashlight, and then it's going into the darkest areas of our experiences. And when you start to shine that flashlight around, what happens is you realize that there were valuable lessons to learn from that experience, and that there's a way to integrate it into your consciousness now, so that when you start making choices for yourself in the future, you'll make decisions where you truly trust yourself. And I think that's a really important piece. Okay.